Silence from Dark Silence Reviews, coming at you with another quick achievement guide for Diablo 2 Resurrected. This isn't going to be a super in-depth guide on how to mess around with the ruins. I would highly suggest you check that out on like maybe a Prima guide or something somewhere. There's like whole lists all over the internet for stuff like that. This is just to get the achievement out of the way with a couple words that I'm going to put in here. For Rus Dofa, the achievement is pretty easy to unlock if you get some socketed stuff. I'll go over like kind of like what I'm gonna do here before we get started. First things first, I have a bone wand right here. It could literally be any level, as if you're a necromancer, it doesn't really matter. But it needs to have at least 2 sockets. They drop all over the place. Mostly Nightmare. I would search a Nightmare for sure. And maybe Upward. Basically, it starts in Nightmare onward. But you could probably find a 2 socket at the end of Normal. But anyhow, that's just for the wand. Next thing you're going to need is a Dole and a low rune. The dull rune, I believe, starts in Nightmare. Both these runes start dropping in Nightmare, and I believe the harder one to find is low, and that's going to be probably around Diablo Bale. It could drop obviously a little sooner, but the dull rune, I believe, is pretty hard to find too. They're obviously random drop. But if you happen to have like buddies that you're playing with, or you get online and people drop them, just keep your eyes peeled for these specific ruins. Anyhow, first things first, the first ruin you're gonna want to put in, and this is very, very important, and it's basically from top to bottom. You're gonna want to put in the Dole. Oh, okay, let's take that out of the stash real quick. You're going to want to put in the Dole at the top, and then you're going to want to put in the Low at the bottom. And that should unlock the achievement right there. The Dole Low achievement, basically that pops an achievement right out the gate. And then you have a 4-socket crystal sword will start dropping around Nightmare, so bear that in mind around Diablo Bale, maybe Mephisto Act. This is another word that you could put in also, so keep that in mind too. You're gonna need the Tal Ruin, the Thol Ruin, the Ort Ruin, and the Am Ruin. These are all pretty easy to find in my opinion. If you don't have the right ones, just keep combining 3 of each tier in order to get an upper tier of the ruins. This only works for a couple of the basic ones. The first set that I put in is actually a little harder to do. But anyhow, this is actually going to be pretty good also. This is going to help me with I believe it's +2 to all skills. It doesn't really matter what sword you put it in, but usually the crystal swords are the ones with the 4 socket, so keep that in mind. These ones are all pretty easy to find, in my opinion. They drop anywhere from Axe 1 all the way through 5 in Normal and Nightmare, so you'll get quite a bit of them. This is going to be for the Spirit Rune word, which is Tal, Thol, Ort, and Am. So, first things first, let me get this out of there real quick. Okay, and the first one you're going to want to put in is Tal, T-A-L, Ruin. Okay, and then the second one you're going to want to put in is Thul, T-H-U-L, it's the one with the W. That dropped in the wrong spot, I think. And then there's the Ort Ruin, which is number 3. And then Am. So you got the Tal, Thol, Ort, and am in the correct spots, it should look exactly like that. Notice it's +2 to all skills, 33% cast rate, 55% faster hit recovery. It's got some pretty good stats. 100 to mana, 4 to magic absorb, 22 to vitality, 250 to defense versus missile, 7% life stolen per hit. So it's a really good sword also. Even though it doesn't seem as powerful, I think it's pretty good. And then there is the dull and low bone one, which is 3 to poison bone skills, 2 to bone spear, 4 to skeleton mastery, 3 to bone armor, and hit causes monster to flee. It's actually a pretty good also. So both of these are pretty good. That should unlock you the achievement. Hopefully you nab the achievement. Otherwise, I'll be doing a couple more words. These are just the words that I stuck with for right now. I'm obviously gonna do and mess around with the ruins a little bit later. Hopefully, this helps you all out and at least get these words in. Just remember, these words work for any force socket, sword, or attack weapon, and this works for the wands, mostly the wands. These are both basically, this one's not necessarily a necromancer one, but it's good for them because it's +2 to all skills. Anyhow, hopefully that helped you out. I'm sorry that the guide stretched on a little bit longer, but this is a very, very complicated subject, especially the rune words. And hopefully the locations help you find those dull and low. Also, those are pretty rare rune words, so bear that in mind that it's nightmare upward for those ones, and all of these ones are from normal all the way to nightmare. Anyhow, once again, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Good luck on your achievement. If these aren't the words that you went with, cool. There's other words. Just make sure to look up a Prima guide if you want to get something more specific. This is just for the achievement and just what I wanted to kind of toss in there. Happy gaming, everyone, and thank you all for watching.